Hi everybody, welcome to my live stream. I'm in as you can see in the background, a different location. I'm in Missouri with my family, and this is actually my sister's house that she has up for sale, and so it's kind of empty, but nice tall ceilings. I have my lighting and all my video and everything set up. So this is another temporary one, temporary studio. But I'll tell you what, I mean, you're looking at the kitchen behind me. If you look out that way, the Lake of the Ozarks is right in front of me. Unfortunately, it's dark and I have all the curtains closed, but during the day, it's perfect and it's peaceful and it really is a lovely location. But it's dark now, so I've got all the curtains closed and so I can control lighting too. But all right, so welcome everybody. Thanks for joining me. And I have to excuse my throat. I just, a couple days ago, I just woke up with sort of a scratchy throat, so I'm fighting off a cold and it sort of sounds kind of sinusy, kind of irritating. But anyway, hope you can look past that. So today I'm going to carve a little Christmas decoration, or a Christmas, yeah, really a stocking that you can actually carve and you can hang on your fireplace mantle. And so it's just a regular, sorry, regular stocking, and we've got a little bit of a candy cane curled over the front, and then a little teddy bear, and then a little gift box. So we'll see how it goes. Of course, which happens quite often, I thought, oh, let's just do a simple little stocking. And then I thought, no, let's just add some things. Oh, let's add more. Let's add more. And then I was like, okay, gotta stop now. Okay, well, we've got people from all over the place, from Florida, from Michigan, Connecticut, Toronto, and Florida again. All right. Well, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. And let's get down here. And so hopefully I've got all my lighting set up. I'm getting good at this moving mobile workshop though. I mean, I've got all my cords thrown all over the place. And anyway, I'm learning how to shift things around a lot. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do is start out with a V chisel. And what I'm gonna do, first of all, there's a lot of layering here. So we've got this, actually this is the top part, all right? That's the highest part. Then we've got this, which is kind of the fuzzy area that's sort of folded over. And so that's a little higher. And then we've got the stocking, which what I'm going to do is probably just start maybe from about there and just angle it down. I'm not going to lower the whole thing. And then this is going to be rounded over, and then we'll work on the details of this. So there's a bunch of layering in here, but right now we've just got this, and I just want to kind of do a V cut separating that. So we'll just start with that. And the 8mm V chisel. Oops, already blocking the camera. Okay, see, I gotta again, as I change locations on occasion, I have to kind of make sure I don't position myself where I'm cutting off things, cutting off views. All right, now I want to have this a little bit deeper on this side, a little bit deeper on this side, because it's gonna be rounded, and I'm gonna have to take that deeper eventually. So if I can do that now, that would be ideal. All right. And now I think what I'm gonna do to lower this part down, I'm just gonna use a 514. And again, really before I do much detailing, I really want to just locate some of the layers. So the thing about this is, I mean, when you're doing any kind of Christmas things, Christmas themed, ideally you want to paint it. And so just what I normally do, especially with this basswood, because this is actually a really nice piece of basswood, but it's not the most interesting, and it's Christmas, so you want color. So this would be red, and then this would be white, and then striped candy cane, and whatever you want the bear to be. Brown, I suppose. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've since I've had a teddy bear. But actually, this is going to be a fun year because I'm around my almost 5-year-old grandson and granddaughter that just turned 2. So who knows? This might end up being one of theirs. I'll have to make 2. That's how that works. But I was also going to mention, you know, I've got all these little gifts sticking out the top. You could end up making this quite thick and actually make a hole here, carve out a hole in the center, and put real gifts in. You know, that's an idea. But you'd have to have a pretty thick piece of wood in order to put something substantial in there. You know, maybe if it's so small that you can maybe fit a Tootsie Roll in it. Not sure if that's going to be quite enough. But it's just a cute idea. You know, it's funny. Every year I try to do Christmas decorations, ornaments, whatever, and it's funny. I'm kind of running out of ideas. I mean, I guess there's a lot of things you could do. You know, a big thing that can be done for Christmas is the stocking holders. You can do any kind of design, decoration, you know, that sort of go over the mantle, and then a little hook goes on the end of it to hold the stocking. And then you can carve whatever you want on top of that. And you can have like a really anything, any design at all. You could cut it out, most likely cut it out on a scroll saw or bandsaw, whatever the design, carve it, and then you can find these hooks. You can actually order them. They're stocking hooks, and I think you can probably find them at any kind of store, Walmart probably. And you can make your own. And so really you can almost take any design at all that I show how to carve and make one of those, as long as it has a flat surface to sit against the mantle, and then the hook going over the edge. So you kind of have to think about that. Okay, so I'm going to go a little past halfway, and I'm rounding this down, and then so what I'll do is a little bit of an undercut. That's that halfway point. Now I don't want to leave any of this surface flat. So I'm going to try to come in there, and so as I'm coming in here, about a quarter round, and then sort of lengthen it into that surface. Just stretch it into that surface, and I'm going to use this tool and really try to break up that whole surface, because this is, you know, it's supposed to be kind of a cloth appearance, and just having tool marks on this just livens it up a little bit. Okay, from there. Okay, now notice the whole time I'm using this number 514, but I've got it bevel side down, so it's actually creating tool marks. If I turn it this way, it's just going to dig in. One corner or the other will snag. So this works really well for just removing a lot of wood. Okay. All right, just going to go over the surface, and then I'm just going to leave this and not touch this area at all. Now that was kind of snagging a little bit. I'm just going to reverse that cut. Sometimes going across the flat surface is it can be the most challenging because it just wants to catch one way or the other. All right, I think we're good there. So I'll probably do some undercutting at the very edge. You can also flip it over and do it that way. Okay, now this part here, it's kind of muddy right here. Do you see how it goes in that area? I'm going to take a number 314 and just really define that edge right there. And then I'll finish that off. Oops. Yeah, okay, sorry. Thought I didn't switch the tool label, but I did. Just trying to make it a nicer shape. Blend the curve a bit more. Okay, so you know what, while I'm doing this, because I do want to finish this, I'm just going to go ahead and do a little bit of an undercut. Try turning it upside down, and just so it goes back a little bit. All right, now I'm going to have to turn it over because it's coming around that inside curve, and just kind of scoot along that lower edge, tipping it. Now normally I go like this and angle it down and kind of cut along that way, but because it's a very long surface, sometimes it allows me to go like this. Right, and so far I think we're good. Just a little bit of an undercut so that the lower edge just curves in just slightly. Okay, around the tip of the toe here, I'm just going to go ahead and do this. That's it. It's just about perfect with it. 314. Right, and then same thing here. And then really don't have to deal with this anymore. Okay, and then there's this back side here, which you can't really see what I'm doing, but basically the same thing. Okay. So now I want to take my V-chisel now and focus on separating some of these out. And I'm going to go back with the 8mm. So I want to come along here and let me just use this one here. From here, now I've got, this is a 1-inch thick basswood, so I've got a lot of room to carve the little gifts. So I'm going to go ahead and do as much as I can, really create some good depth up there. And I'm going to outline this, the candy cane. Okay, now I know I'm going to go deeper than this, but that's a start. And I'm going to go back with the 314. Go ahead and round this side over and round this side over. Now, because this is kind of the fuzzy area of the stocking, I'm actually going to use, when I finish with this, I'm going to use a smaller tool and really put some texture in it. All right, I'm going to take a little bit more rounding there. And again, I really don't want to have any of that original surface, but since I'm going to go back over it and do more texturing, I'll do that at a different time. Ooh, green is doing some funny stuff there. All right, now this then is going to go underneath. It's kind of funny because this is going behind this, but then this is going behind that, but that's coming in front. So there's a bit of a twist thing happening here. But that is going under there. So the candy cane is actually, this is a high spot, and then it tapers back and actually tucks back, but it's actually can be a little tricky. But yeah, you can't have anything too easy, you know? Add a little challenge. That's what I say. Oops, sorry about that. Probably completely blocking that. Okay, I think what I need to do before I do go too far with this, I want to, first of all, clean up my mess, and I'm going to start separating the bear, and there's a box back here, a little gift box, and then there's a bear right there, the edge of the bear, and the bear has to be set back from that. So we got to do a lot of layering here. I'm going to go back with this and go around the ear. All right, and let's just go ahead. There's going to be a little bit of kind of digging and layering. All right, and then back with the V chisel, just keep on layering. Now I could start making, and I think I will next time around, I'll start making vertical cuts instead of using this V chisel, because the V chisel at some point it just gets so clogged. All right, back with the 314 and lower the gift box down a bit more here. So again, I'm not doing any details right now. I'm just really trying to get the different layers separated. Okay, so back with the 314, and I'm going to outline the candy cane and go really quite deep, really as deep as I can physically get the pressure in. All right, that is going to be too tight. I think that's going to be a 714. Yeah. All right, and then we're going to use a 7/6 to get the tip of this. And all right, I think we're good with that. Back to the 314. And I'm going to take this and go right up to that edge. Ooh, I did not push that. That would have probably taken the whole piece off there. Okay, that's going there. Deepen it a little bit more here. And okay, so that's happening there. Box is going to be set way back. I need to make the top edge of the stocking right there. The box is going to be setting back even further. All right, now I need to outline the bear's head. And what would that be? Let me see if the 714 is going to cooperate. No. I'm going to go ahead and do the 7/6. All right, that is just not quite the right size. I'm going to go ahead and do this, but then I'm going to clean it up with a one that fits a little bit better. Yeah, number 3/6. Okay. So this is pretty, okay, I just want to make sure I'm doing this right. There's, okay. I'm going to go ahead and start lowering down the bear, or rounding the bear. So I'm wondering if I can zoom in a little bit without creating too much chaos. Bear with me a second. Let me see if I can do that, because I'd like to see a little bit more of the face. Whoops. Hold on. Is that focused? No, it's not focused at all. Sorry, I've got actually a little far away from the camera so I can't see whether it's focused. There we go. All right, all good? Yeah, I think I'm going to leave that so you can see a little bit more of what's going on with it. All right, so this is going to be a round ball, and then there's going to be the little nose part, and I actually had to look up what a teddy bear looked like. I couldn't remember. And then the ears are going to set back a little bit. This box is still going to be set back a little bit more. Let's just see here. Because I'm not exactly sure where I'm going with this, I'm going to go ahead and take the ears, separate the ears by just taking my V-chisel, because I do know that they are set back. Right, and then I'm going to outline this little, I don't know, face thing, mouth and nose. Okay. And I'm going to go back with a 314 and start to lower and round this. So this is actually kind of, it's really a ball, and then a smaller ball right there, and then a larger ball for the as whole head. So I'm going to carve them, and then this is actually set back because the nose part is kind of in front of the face. It's actually kind of tricky. You know, you think it's, oh, it's just a teddy bear, you know? How difficult can it be, right? Famous last words. All right, now I want to use the number 714 to outline that. So I do want the actual larger part of the bear to be set back enough. And as I said, I've got a lot of room here. And of course the ears are going to get way back again. See, I just that whole V cut just was completely not necessary. All right, and you can see now it's going back so deep that it's gonna, the edge between the bear and the box is gonna need to be redefined. And this is the process of discovery, which is the fun part of the carving. So I'm just going to go ahead and deepen that a little bit more, just so I don't lose the outline. Okay, just define that. Ooh, that was a little too much pressure. That's okay, it's going way back. All right, I'm just going to stick with this 3/6 for a bit. Take smaller cuts. Okay, so the whole separating the ear is way premature because I'm taking this way down. All right, now the box needs to come down. You know, it's funny if you've watched my videos for a while, you probably know I have issue with carving cute things. I don't have a lot of it, and I don't think I'm very good at it. Or maybe I just haven't tried it enough. But, you know, I do the sort of decorative things and the pretty things, but cute really, usually I miss it. It completely goes over my head. So here we go. We got a cute little bear, and I'm trying it again. I will continue to try to break through that cute carving. Anytime I've tried to do anything kind of cartoonish or cutesy, just doesn't quite fit, you know? I mean, I like cute things, but it just doesn't work sometimes. I will forever try. I can grow. I really can. Get out of my comfort zone. Okay, I think we might be getting close. All right. Now, what I need to do is I need to get this the gift box. Okay, so there's one side of the box, there's the other side, and then this, just to make sure that it looks like it's going in perspective, that's going to be the high corner, and it's going to slope back there, and it's going to slope back there. So I need to use, well, you know what, I need to define this outer edge one more time to deepen this. And I need to be careful right there, not put too much pressure on it. Fortunately, this part that sort of broke away, that's going to be angling back. It's great when things break conveniently. All right, and I can just go along here. I'm going to use the number 314. Just works a little bit better using the larger one sometimes. You can. All right, staying with the 314. I'm going to take this angle, right, that angle down. this direction. And then this whole side here is going to come down. See if I can approach it from there. All right, I think that's going to work. Just need to make it look like this whole surface is a flat plane, and that's the high peak that's basically parallel with that line there coming that way. Okay, I think that's gonna work. Unfortunately, it's kind of having to do this at weird angles to approach it, so. All right. Now I'm gonna come in here with the same one, finish off that, let the ear look like it's kind of going back behind there. And I think I'm going to take this even further back so we can use much of the thickness of this wood. So the bear is kind of tipping, right? Its head's tipping, so this is a little higher than that, so just want to create a little bit more round. All right, I think we're there, sort of. Now there's going to be a little kind of nose thing there, and then it's going to come down like that. And then there's going to be little beady eyes there and a little beady eye there. Okay, now before I do that, I'm going to take this and make it look like it's tucking back. And the reason I'm not going to do any details yet is because after I do this, I may discover that I have to push the bear back a little bit in order to make a nice round candy cane. We'll see. Or we can just have the illusion of. This is also should be rounded. The upper edge of that should be rounded. Yeah, I think that'll work. It is kind of crowding his mouth though. That's what's making me wonder. So I'm going to go ahead and round this down a little bit more. Okay, Let me see if I can. Yeah, okay, we're good. I'm going to go ahead and change. I'm going to hollow out the little ear in there, and I'm going to use a 9-5 for that. I'm going to come in here and just do a little bit of a hollow there, and the same thing there. And here's that number 3. Yeah, 314. I'm just gonna kind of finish that. Ooh, that didn't sound good, but it's okay. It's just releasing. Okay, kind of soften the edges so it doesn't look like big flat ears. Okay, now I'm just gonna have to use some little tiny, yeah, okay, let's do this. With the 9-5, I'm gonna make the eye, all right, so this might be a little bit big, but we'll see. Okay, there's one. There's supposed to be little tiny beady eyes. And then I want to round them, so just come along here and just tip and kind of roll it. All right, there's one. Now just be really careful when you're doing this that you don't angle it this way, because those eyes will just pop right out. Got to angle the tool away and then come in and just very gently go around it to kind of clear away the area around it. And then come back in and do a rounding of the surface. To create the little beady eyes. Aw, that's cute. See, I can do cute. Sometimes. All right, now I'm going to use 7-6, and I'm going to go around and create the little nose. Just a little triangular shape, and just really, it's going to go around the outer edges just to create a shadow. And then the mouth, and again just straight down, and then just a little notch. Yeah, that looks like a teddy bear. Okay, now just to do some finishing up pieces. Back to the 314, I want this edge to be rounded, softened. And there's also the candy cane. I'm just going to take, ooh, should I do it or shouldn't I? Sometimes you sort of get carried away with details. We'll see. I'm going to take my V chisel and just create some shadow. But only do this if you're pretty confident that your V chisel is really sharp. And I'm a little questioning. I think I'm good. because a lot of this going across here is right across the grain. And this is where you could end up, instead of doing the V-cuts around there, you could also just paint it. And that will work also. All right, now I want to use a, I think I'm going to use a 7/6, and I just want to go across the surface. I'm going to go across the surface this way. And just to create a different texture, because this is more like fur. You could use a 9.5 if you want, but I just want to break up that surface a bit. The 9.5 will take a lot longer. This is where you just need to get that music going and just make a bunch of little cuts. But you, try not to make it I'm try to make it random is what I'm saying. Don't try not to leave a pattern, and it's very easy when you're doing repetitive parts to have it look like it's kind of a pattern happening. Oh, this is so cute. I'm really excited about how cute it is. I've reached my maximum cuteness. Oops, that actually should be rounded up too. Okay, sorry, it's kind of boring part. And then I got to do this side here too, but anyway, kind of get the idea of that. And what you can also do, because this is actually a ribbon, is just with a little V chisel, go right along there. What did I do with that? I guess I don't have any of my smaller V chisels out. Just kind of accentuates the fact that that's a box with a ribbon. And I guess we have to do the same thing here. Oh, such a tiny little detail, but and such a huge tool that I have, and I can't find my smaller one right now, so there we go. And I want to get rid of that wall there, so I'm going to use my 314 and just angle that. And same thing here. And let's do a little bit of a undercut the ears and the head. And the side of the head here. And then this side here also. Okay. Now, is there any other area that I need to work on? I think we're good, except I want to do one other little thing and fix something because the ears are not really cleared out. I mean, it kind of makes it look like he's got fur in his ears. There you go. Okay, I think, aw, that's very cute. I'll show you straight on here. All right. So, all right, so let's see if we can see that. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, it looks like a little gift box on the back and candy cane, and that is definitely a little cute bear. All right, so now what I would suggest is take and just, you can either create a loop, you know, a cloth loop, a ribbon, and kind of screw it into the top just so you've got something to hang, or if you want to actually buy a little hook, but you can do that and hang it, you know, because generally it hangs, you know, at an angle like that. I mean, you could also sort of put a screw on top of the bear's head, but it's not going to work. It's just not right. So yeah, let's angle it that way. Aw. Maximum cuteness. All right. Well, I think I'm finished with that. Make sure you do undercuts in that. And you know, the thing is, you can make any combination of things coming out. You could also, there's another thing where you just want to, so this isn't such a plain area, is actually make like a V cut there and a V cut there, so it looks like that sort of old-fashioned sock, handmade sock. And sometimes you see that on the stockings. You could also do some kind of design in there because you often see that. But yeah, and I like the different patterns on the actual stocking and the fuzzy part. But anyway, well, thank you for watching, and I hope that gives you enough time between now and Christmas to make your own. Make several of them. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it, and I'd love to see what you end up producing. And hopefully the next live stream, I am going to actually be at the same location. I think it worked well. Still working out a few little details, but yeah, it's all good. So early Merry Christmas. Actually, right now it's early, it's before Thanksgiving. Maybe that's what I need to do before, I'm not sure if that's going to happen. Before Thanksgiving, do a turkey or something. I don't know. Carve a turkey. All right. Happy carving, everybody. Bye-bye.